Hi, my name is Shelby from the Indianapolis Public Library's Lawrence branch, and today I'm here to walk you through an app called Stop Motion Studio as a part of our Animation at Home virtual program. If you want to learn more about the history of animation and different types of animation, as well as screen-free animation activities, please feel free to check out our blog at indpl.org/blog. So before we dive into the app, I want to share with you a few tips and tricks to make a stop motion animation movie. First of all, what is a stop motion animation exactly? Well, stop motion is a form of animation where animators use objects such as puppets or clay figures or even everyday objects such as toys and make them create an illusion. So that way they appear that they are moving on their own. And just like all movies, they tell a story. The trick to this is quite simple. Animators pose these objects, take a picture of them just like you would with any other camera, and then, to create the illusion, they move the objects ever so slightly into a different pose, and then they take another picture. And they continue this process over and over again until they have completed their story and finished their movie. So, once you play all of those pictures in order at a very fast speed, it looks like all of those objects are moving by themselves, even though in reality, we know that all of these animators were using this special technique to pose their objects, take a picture, move it, pose, and take a picture again. There are a lot of animated movies that use this technique. Can you think of a few? Good job! So some movies that you might recognize are Chicken Run and Nightmare Before Christmas, but there are many, many more. The animators behind those particular films use stop-motion animation to animate puppets. So, if you have puppets, stuffed animals, or even action figure toys or dolls, you can make something similar. So, when you make your movie, there are a couple of things you should keep in mind. First, don't forget to keep moving your objects just a little bit in between each photo. So that way you're keeping up that illusion that the objects are moving by themselves. Second, if you're not using yourself or people in your movie, make sure that your hands are out of the picture every time you take them. You don't want to mess up that illusion you're trying to create when you have a couple of stray fingers in your shots. So, otherwise, you can use whatever props, toys, or art you wish to create your movie. Use your imagination and tell a story using your favorite objects and toys that are in your home. If you need help getting ideas on how to structure a story with setting, characters, and a beginning, middle, and end, check out our blog. Now, I think we're ready to start our stop motion studio tutorial. So for my demo today, I'm going to be showing you screenshots from my iPad. If you're using an Android device, Stop Motion Studio is going to look pretty much the same, so this should give you a very good idea of how this app works, regardless of what device you're using. The main difference is if you're using a cell phone instead of a tablet, since the screen is smaller, the menus are going to be a lot more condensed and can pop in and out. You'll see in the top left-hand corner like a hamburger menu, for example. So that's the main difference. To start a new movie, you can go ahead and tap the gray box in the left-hand corner with the plus sign that I have indicated with my arrow. And from there, it's going to take you to another screen that opens up the camera on the device you're using. If it's the first time you're using it, you'll probably have to give the app permission to use your device's camera. Otherwise, you can go ahead and start taking photos of your scene right away. I hope you are enjoying the plush doggy I have as the subject for today's example. So that's just going to be that big red button on the right-hand side to start adding frames. And once you do that, your photos are going to start populating at the bottom of the screen. So that way you can see how many pictures you've taken so far. And at any point in time, you can select a frame to start from. So if you want to select the first picture, if you want to watch your movie from the beginning, and you can hit that play button that I have circled in blue for you. And you'll be able to watch your video as many times as you want. Just a couple of things I want to point out on this screen of some things that you can do within the app is if you tap on a frame, you can see this little box that pops up that has a lot of options for you to do. You can, if there's a photo that you don't want to use in your movie anymore, so in my example here, I actually have, you can see some of my fingers in this shot. Since I'm making a stop motion animation movie, I don't want my hands in the photos because I want to make my movie look like that the objects in it are moving on their own. So I'm going to go ahead and tap that picture and hit the trash button that I've circled right here to delete the image. A couple other things I want to point out. The microphone on the left-hand side of your menu will let you record audio over your movie. So if you want to narrate as your movie plays, that's one way to do it. You will have to give your microphone permission. So if you tap on this gear here that I've circled in green, that lets you adjust the playback speed for your movie. So if you want to make it really, really, really fast, you can control the speed there, or if you want to play it in slow motion, you can also adjust that with that tool that I've circled in green for you. I also want to draw your attention to what I have circled in yellow up above the camera button. And that is a timer. So that way, if you're taking pictures of yourself, if you're putting yourself in your stop motion movie, you're able to do that. So it's got a nice timer on there for you. When you're ready to export your movie, so you've taken a ton of photos, you've gotten rid of any photos that you don't want in it, and you're ready to put it online to share with your friends and family, you can go ahead and either click Done in the top left corner, or on the left-hand corner at the bottom, there's a back button, and that should take you back to this main menu. And from here, you can tap either Select on the right up at the top, or you can click and hold the movie you're ready to export. So once you do that, it tells you right there at the top that you have one project selected. So if you have a lot of movies, you can do more at once. But from there, you can see that there's a couple more options that have appeared up in the top left. You could delete your movie entirely, which is the trash can on the right. You can duplicate it or make a copy of it, which is that square with the plus sign on it at the top in blue. Or the share symbol, which I'm going to tap for you right now. It gives you a lot of options of how you can share your movie. You can export it, which will let you save it to your device, upload it to YouTube. You're going to see that image in just a minute. One other thing I wanted to point out is you can also make an animated GIF. So if you want to make a meme or a GIF image for something that's really short, like just a couple seconds short, like 1 or 2 seconds, I would say, you can turn it into a GIF photo. So I think that's a really cool feature for this app. But yeah, so you can see here, this is what it will look like on an iPad. On an Android, your options might be a little different, but you can save it, you can send it on Facebook or YouTube or your Google Drive, or convert it to iMovie if you're using an Apple device. And that's about it from my tutorial of Stop Motion Studio. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a lot of fun creating stop motion movies. Thanks so much, and I hope to see you at the library someday soon. Stay healthy and safe, everyone. Bye!